What's going on, you guys? TBR here, back yet again with another King of Fighters Allstar video, and today we are going to be doing a quick news roundup as Netmarble has kicked off the festivities for the 3rd anniversary a little bit early today with several events that we need to discuss because they will net you quite a nice stack of free rubies if you are lucky enough to win them. We are also going to be talking about the fact that they may have potentially leaked the next collaboration as well with some of this stuff. So we got quite a bit to discuss in this news roundup, but before we do, smash that like button and subscribe, and hit the intro music. Now, as I always say here on the channel whenever we are talking about speculation or unfounded rumors, take everything that you hear when it comes to the collaboration portion of this discussion with the biggest pinch of salt possible. My recommendation to you guys is some of that pink salt because it's low sodium, and yeah, you want to watch your blood pressure, guys. But make sure that you do not take some of this stuff as fact. We do not have confirmation, however, we do have a lot of evidence pointing in the direction of one particular IP potentially being the next collaboration, which we will talk about whenever we get to the special update pre-registration portion of this discussion. But let's talk about some of these other events first, and we'll kind of work our way up here. So the first thing we're going to talk about is going to be this Show Us What You've Got surprise quiz. Everybody enjoys a pop quiz. I haven't had a pop quiz in like the past 15 years. It's absolutely ridiculous, but if you take a look here, this pop quiz is going to be pretty simple. Now, this event is going to be running from 7/12 to 7/19, so you have about a week to enter in for this. And like I said, it's pretty simple. It's just going to be a 3-question survey, not anything too difficult. All these questions are pretty easy to answer, and once you have done so, you have the potential of winning 200 AP, or if you do not get lucky enough to get such an extravagant prize like that, then you might end up walking away with the 3 times plus capsule times 10 mystery boxes. So that is what you're looking at there. It's looking like they are planning on distributing this reward after 7/21. So there you have it, and there you are. Good luck, you guys. But that one's a pretty easy one for what the rewards are, so not surprised that that one is a little bit lacking. Now, when it comes to some of these other ones, though, this starts to get better as it goes. Now, this next one is basically going to be them looking for you to write in a strategy for Guild Raid Geese Howard. Now, this is something that shouldn't be very difficult for most people, but it does include free rubies if you do get chosen. So as you'll see here, you're going to need to go ahead and go to the forum and post your strategy for Guild Raid Geese Howard. It can be for any difficulty. They're looking for information such as your team formation, your battle cards, and your gameplay. So after that, once you've posted it, you do have the potential for 5 people to win 1,000 rubies, and then a further 20 people will win 500 rubies. And it looks like all of these languages on the forums are going to be included in this, so you're going to have quite a bit of competition for this one. But yeah, that is pretty much what you're looking at with this. Not a whole lot else to discuss with this one. It's looking like this will be sent out as far as the distribution of the rewards in a similar time frame to the previous one. So that's what you're looking at with that. Again, all of this stuff is going to be over on the forums, and you can check it all out. Now, the next one I'm going to talk about here is going to be the art one, and this art event is actually pretty cool because of the reward that it gives you. But this is going to be the KoF Allstar 3rd anniversary fan art event. And basically what it is telling you is they are looking for you to go ahead and do some fan art and go ahead and post it and send it to them. And from there, you do have the potential of winning some pretty nice rewards. It's looking like the grand prize for one person is going to be 7,000 rubies. And then you are also going to have a further 10 people with the potential of winning 3,000 rubies. And then everybody who enters is going to get a KoF Allstar Fighter Summon ticket, which, sure. But with this one's going to take a little bit longer to distribute. This one is going to be after 8/12. So that is what we are looking at with that one. And if you guys, again, want to get all the information on how to enter in for these, definitely do so. My biggest concern about a lot of this stuff, based on what I'm seeing, is there are a lot of free rubies being thrown around with some of these events, including the next one we're about to talk about. And so this pretty much, to me, confirms one thing, and that is that we are not going to be getting a live stream, which probably probably confirms that we will no longer be getting live streams. This is something that we have all kind of theorized on and speculated about for a while, but I think that now we can pretty much consider that a lock. Nothing is set in stone yet until we get closer to the actual anniversary, but that is what I'm assuming based on what I'm seeing here. Now, we're going to get into the meat and the potatoes of today's video, because this is where we start to talk about that information that potentially leaked. So, there's quite a bit to talk about with this portion, so let's go ahead and dive into it. So let's go ahead and start from the top here. Greetings, contenders. This is CM Yuri. At the end of July, a special update will be released to commemorate the 3rd anniversary of the King of Fighters Allstar. A pre-registration will be made for all contenders waiting for the update. Contenders who will complete the pre-registration will receive a 3,000 Ruby coupon after the update. You can check the pre-registration site link below. We hope you look forward to the upcoming special update and the 3rd anniversary of the King of Fighters Allstar. And then if you go ahead and follow this link, it is going to take you to a website where you can go ahead and plug in your email address, and then you will be entered for the 3,000 rubies. Now, a couple of things here before we talk about the leaks or potential leaks. So when it comes to this, besides the fact that this all could indicate that we are no longer going to be getting live streams, there's one other thing that could be a part of this that a lot of people may not realize, and that is we may not, and again, this is unconfirmed, but we may not be getting any sort of limited time Ruby event for the anniversary. From what it looks like, they are going to distribute a bunch of free rubies, but they are going to do it this way. I hope that that is not the case. If that is the case, and that going forward they're going to start doing this kind of stuff in order to distribute the same kinds of stuff they were doing before for everybody, I'm not going to be a fan. We'll have to wait and see. We always knew that free rubies around the time of an anniversary was going to be a bit of a gray area anyway, so there is always been that potential. I just wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of that. We don't have confirmation on that one way or the other, but so the news on the collaboration information. So if we go ahead and we follow the link here, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to show you guys some screenshots, and I'm going to tell you guys exactly what you're looking at here. So when you follow that link, this is what you will see at the bottom of the screen. Now, the biggest thing to pay attention here is down at the bottom where your credits are. Now, on the left-hand side, you'll see what was originally posted, and then on the right, you will see what it currently reflects because there were edits made. Why did they edit it? Well, they edited this out. Now, as you'll see here, Koei is credited at the bottom of the screen along with SNK. Now, this is very curious and caught a lot of people's eyes almost immediately. Like I said, Netmarble caught this as well, and they have since taken this down to reflect only SNK at the bottom. Now, of course, there is literally no reason whatsoever why an intern or whoever would mess this up and put Koei of all places down at the bottom. That is a company that has nothing to do with anything unless there is a collaboration around the corner that is tied to a Koei property. And that is where a lot of people started searching and digging and thinking about the possibilities. However, I don't think a lot of people that are big into the fighting game community had to do a whole lot of thinking on this, because the first thing that came to everyone's mind was, of course, everyone's favorite waifu simulator itself, Dead or Alive. Yes, guys, it is looking like the potential for a Dead or Alive collaboration is really, really real. And the reason why I would say that, we'll take a look at this. This is going to be the list of Koei games. If we throw out all of the games that they have been hired on for, such as your Zeldas of the world, the one that makes the most sense on here is, of course, going to be the Dead or Alive franchise, which is a franchise that a lot of people have begged for a collaboration with this game for a while. I know a lot of people really like this franchise. Me personally, I've never been super into the franchise itself. I definitely respect the franchise for what it is. However, really when it comes to Dead or Alive, let's face it, Dead or Alive is known for one thing and one thing only, and I think that they've got good enough jiggle physics over at Netmarble to make Koei happy, so that's probably what the selling point for this was. But now none of this is confirmed. However, it is worth noting that the King of Fighters has collaborated with Koei Tecmo and Dead or Alive before. That's actually going to be a Mai Shiranui cameo that was done with the Dead or Alive 5 game, so there's a lot that goes into this, and of course SNK probably doesn't have a whole lot to say or do with this collaboration or any collaboration besides the ones that are actually going to be SNK based. Probably something to where they might know about it beforehand, but they probably really just don't care as long as it's making money. One of those types of things, yay corporations. But Dead or Alive will be a collaboration that I think a lot of people will welcome if this is going to be the case. I think that this is going to be one that a lot of people will be very excited about. I have talked about in the past how if they are going to do these collaborations all the time, I really would prefer for them to try and stick with fighting games as a whole, because I feel like fighting games in general just make for better collaborations because the characters just fit in better. That, and there's typically going to be a lot of people that already play the King of Fighters Allstar that know about these fighting game franchises and do have a vested interest already. So there's a lot that goes into my opinion with that, but I really do think that Dead or Alive is going to make a lot of people happy if it ends up being the collaboration. Now, of course, on this list for Koei Tecmo, there are other properties that I guess could potentially be something that might make for a collaboration. I guess Dynasty Warriors is the first one that kind of sticks out there. But at the same time, I really just don't see it happening. I think Dead or Alive is pretty much a lock if this is going to happen, because Dead or Alive has also collaborated with a ton of mobile games in the past, and Dead or Alive is very shameless for an IP when it comes to who it will collaborate with, and so it's one of those things where I definitely think that it is a possibility. Koei Tecmo, they're kind of like SNK at this point. If they can collaborate with someone and make a little bit of extra side money, you know that they're good for it. So yeah, guys, that is going to be potentially your collaboration for the 3rd anniversary. Let me know in the comment section if you're excited about the potential Dead or Alive collaboration. Do you think that's going to be what it is? Let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Continue.